Hey gamers, Rick here with Game Trade Media, coming to you from GAMA. We are live at GAMA in Reno, Nevada. Super cool. So I had an opportunity. I've been going around talking to individuals, and I met a couple people. And one of the individuals I met is this gentleman right here, Michael Kane,
What's up,
from
man?
Geek Tank Games. He's got a product out that you all might have seen. It's on Kickstarter right now. How much time they got left to potentially get on that?
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. is when it's dead.
When it's dead.
It's just gone.
It's not dead because this thing is already funded.
Well,
It's done very well on Kickstarter. He tells me he's one of the popular votes.
well, it's funny because when you're on Kickstarter, I looked at I go to the app and I look and I was like, how do I get on the popular aisle? And finally, maybe the last 2 days, I finally look on it. And here I am. I'm like.
So for those of you, as you all know, that I personally really do love and enjoy my role-playing games, Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Starfinder, Star Wars, all these amazing role-playing games that are out there. Mike has this amazing product called Tabletop Tokens that can make a Dungeon Master's life way easier.
It's already made mine easier, by the way.
So tell us all about this amazing product.
Well, I mean, I guess the easiest way to start telling it, and I'll try to see if I can condense things, but I've been playing 15 years, and I'm the kind of guy who likes to pre-set up my maps, and I draw them out, and I just realized quickly that I was a terrible artist. I mean, just terrible. I mean, it looks like a circle, but it's not necessarily. It looks like a square, but it's not really a square.
Sure.
And so I started surveying different products that I would like to buy.
Sure.
And every time I found something that was kind of slowly, object-oriented terrain, it wasn't really fitting the category of something that I really wanted to have. Sure. And so without the availability of having that, I finally just said, you know what, I'm going to go and make it. And so I started working with an artist, Ross at 2 Minute Tabletop is the artist I collaborated with. Okay. And he produces fantastic art. And then after that, here goes the manufacturing. Right. And it's all led to this, and there's a bunch of great people and individuals that doors have opened, and it's amazing to actually be sitting here with you.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
When I met you yesterday, when Matt, our good friend Matt, who's sitting right over here in the corner, introduced me to you and showed me the product, and I was like, I've seen this on Kickstarter already, because I bet you the majority of the people that have backed it are people that I follow. So when they back something, I get an alert. So-and-so backed this product. And I've seen this pop up on my email all the time. So I watch it, and I look at it and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. Because if you're a dungeon master that wants to go out and you're going to go off-site, you're not playing in your basement where you can have something like Dwarven Forge or the big 3D printed terrain, and you're going to go to, let's say, your friendly local game store to run a game for some friends or some new people, this is perfect for that process, because this one right here is the camping set. So let's say, every adventuring party sets up camp.
Who likes drawing trees? Everybody hates drawing trees.
Hate it.
Yeah. I mean, to do that is a pain in the butt.
Especially when you have to do it 30 times if it's a big area.
You're in a thick forest.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how do you represent that? With these. And let me show you this. The packaging is really, really nice.
Well, just FYI with the packaging, I've been at this trade show for 2 days, and every time I brought it out, I let someone look at it, and they pull it up, and they just rip it apart. So it's not going to look like this when you get it, if you do back us. But at the end of the day, it has really nice looking packaging. Everything looks slick, but
it has been
beat up.
Only because, again, like you said, everybody here, from what I've seen and heard, is people are really enjoying this. As far as this is absolutely something very cool. So let's take a look. So what you'd get is a bunch of stuff. They're going to come on a sheet like this. You can punch them out. And he made a really good observation, which I was like, after you punch it out, I'm done with it.
Yeah, throw it away. No, you don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away, because it is your stencil.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it works as a stencil, so that if you only buy one pack and you want more trees instead of, you can just kind of follow the outline, and it won't look as cool, but you get to quickly, make some extra trees without having to buy extra product. But you could buy extra product.
And you could buy extra, because this is not expensive by any means. It's very, very affordable and very easy to add more than one as needed. So here's a little campsite setup that the party. Is this a canoe?
Yeah, it is a canoe. Yeah.
Heck yeah, we got to forge over the river.
Someone had to tug it out of the water.
There, we have our campsite set up. That was super quick.
Yeah.
And visually stunning.
Yeah, and the thing too, with the 3D terrains, and you have your minis, you're constantly reaching around, and people are looking over. I mean, they're beautiful and all to get out, but this is flat. So if I want to say I want to run behind the tree, I can just
move
it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I was trying to make this as flat as possible. Is that I wanted it to be about as thick as a sheet of paper. I don't know first of all what angle we're on, but this thing's thick or thin. And the coolest part about it is the material's made out of it's crease resistant, so you can get to about here, you can let it go, and it'll still be flat.
It's awesome.
So
now it doesn't only come with the camping set. The Kickstarter also has the Castle Siege set, which has like ballistas and catapults and cannons and all sorts of cool stuff. All the stuff you'd want to defend your castle or keep.
Yeah.
So again, the keep at the Borderlands, or the keep at the beginning of Temple of Elemental Evil that everybody goes to first. From out of the village of Hamlet, you go out there, you're ready to keep. Boom, you automatically set up, done. You're ready to play, and you get some great terrain that immerses the players into that game.
And the cool thing about with the Castle Siege set is there's a DM who's I just always like watching him, and so I sent him a freebie. I was like, hey man, here you go, here's a freebie. And he said he ran it with his game, and he used the siege set. And he said the coolest thing about the ballista was that he just set it on the corner, and it was there. And the character got the bright idea that he wanted to run up, turn it around, and they could just easily get it and then turn it around to give it the aesthetic. And then they had to get to the rule book and look what the hell does a
ballista do?
What does a ballista damage do? I've never had to look it up because no one's ever. Because every time you did that, they would say that's just the B stands for ballista. But now they have something they can interact with.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's so cool. So good. And the third set is castle furnishings.
Yep.
So you can dress up your castle with beds and looks like
bearskin
rug and all sorts of other cool stuff. That again, if you're just using the old dry erase marker on a playmat, you're drawing out that square. And sometimes, like you said, just putting a letter to represent here, T for throne. Here's a couple braziers, and 15 minutes later, and everybody's got sidebar chatter going on. This takes it away. You're just like, there it is, and they're like, oh, and now they become, even, like I said, more immersed in your game. So this is a great immersion product.
And the cool thing is too, if you do a little bit of planning, which I've done because I've tested this out myself, is what I do is I create one room and then I would create the next room, which would be the encounter, and I would make little marks like T, P, or whatever I was going to do to do that. And when I was done, I could just slide everything over to the next encounter, and as long as I had labeled where each piece would went, I know I could just
super fast,
like 3 minutes, and I had a next room.
So what was the hardest part of going from concept to product for you? What's the biggest hurdle?
I would say the biggest hurdle really was, just the money. There was a lot of money involved, and then the gamble and risk that comes with that. So just if we want to touch on that, that'll be a brief one. But there's always a risk when you go into something that's new that no one else has, and you have to put the money up front. And then on the flip side, I think the hardest part was really just trying to build up a following. What I did was I got on Facebook and I started making maps, and I started, hey, check this out. I did tribute maps to the Cragmaw hideout that D&D did, and then trying to get people interested in what I was doing, so that when I had a Kickstarter launch, there was actually someone interested in what I was doing.
Right.
So I think there was planning. I think trying to answer the question, what the hardest part was to get over my own fears of trying something new.
Right.
And I think that could be for anybody. If there should be other people who have other ideas, and if you have that hurdle and you get past it, then you could see the efforts of your benefit. The benefit of your efforts.
Absolutely. And for everybody out there that's a retailer, check this out. This is one of the things that my retailer mind when came into play is, look how thin this is. Everything's going to come in this thin packaging right here, and it has so you can put it on a peg on your wall, and you're going to get this advertisement for that product. Yeah. And like you said, when you were coming up with the design for this, what did you want it to do?
So I was working with a graphic artist, and he's very talented. And what I told him, I said, listen, I want the person who looks at this to know what it is in 2 seconds. I don't even want them to read it. If they look at it, they know what it is. That's it. And so I think the graphics artist, graphic designer I used, did a great job.
Absolutely.
Putting that together.
So as a retailer, and they're, if I put just 3, again, that doesn't take up a lot of space as far as pegging it out. So you could have a line of 30 of these on a peg. Yep. And right there, just fill your store up. And these are going to fly off the shelves. I know they are, because like you said, you already the Kickstarter is successful. So if you back this, you're adding to that success and being a part of getting some really cool product. And because it is successful, you know that it's going to go to the end and everybody's going to get their stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to add in about the whole retailer thing is that, like, I really want to do a good job of, like, not, you know, if the product flies on the shelf, I want to make sure the retailers are taken care of. Because, you know, my local, I'm from Austin, Texas. I don't know, can I do shout outs here?
Please.
Okay, well, my local game store is Dragon's Lair. I'm from Austin, Texas. So I go there tremendously. They do a phenomenal job of creating a community and making me want to go back to their store. And so really what the idea is when they come up with a product is you want to make sure that you know, we all work in a parallel scenario. And so I want to make sure that I can make the pie bigger for everybody instead of just me trying to get a bigger cut of the pie.
Right.
So I think that's a good philosophy for a company, and I think that's a good philosophy for the industry.
Absolutely. So, everybody leveling up together is the best. Yeah. So there you have it, everybody. Go to Kickstarter right now. It is live until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah. If you don't see it, just type in Tabletop Tokens. Yeah. It'll pop up. Find your pledge level you're comfortable with, and even if you can't pledge, let's say that you like it but you can't pledge right now, share it. Let your friends know that you saw this. Get it out there to even more people, because I'm sure if you're a RPG kind of person, you have other RPG friends that may have not seen this yet and should.
Yeah, and if you're really interested in, you know, pimping out your battle map. I mean, it really does pimp out your battle map.
It pimps out your battle map. It does. It really does. Yeah, again, immersion. Look at this right here. Again, on the table. It didn't take us no time to build a really nice campsite. And what, like, D&D game and Pathfinder game doesn't have, all right, what do you guys, all right, set up camp. Who's taking what watch? Yeah. All right, cool. Well, now you got it. Yeah. You know?
Well, and just, I mean, I don't know if we're closing or not, but the one cool idea I want to do next, and I mean, this is all in my head. I think it's cool, but I really would like to do this thing right here, and this whole thing just be a rooftop with a nice, cool angle. Yeah. And then, so if you had like 5 of these and you wanted to do a marketplace, you just go boop, 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 and you have rooftops, and then all the background of that would be a street. I mean,
done.
Yeah, done. So I can't wait till that one. That's what we're going to try to focus on. Not just that, but a couple other things. But we have a lot of other products that's going to lead to other things. The more successful it is, the more things we can produce.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's again what this is all about. Make sure you guys go to Kickstarter right now, check it out, share it, pledge, and become a backer. And Mike, thank you for coming up here. It's awesome. So Rick here with Game Trade Media at GAMA in Reno, Nevada, where retailers and publishers get together to go over and show all the new cool stuff. And here's one of those new cool things. So
the collage of ideas.
It's so awesome. Make sure to stay tuned. Here at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be doing a Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest live stream with Jason Bowman from Paizo. He's like the main director of game design for Paizo. So he's the brain behind 2nd Edition. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back in short time.
Thanks for watching Board Games and Beyond. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.